Okay. Here we go. It's like, what are you doing with that Gladstone bag, which is like an old doctor's bag? Because I think antique leather is cool, and I restore them. Not Gladstone bags, I restore awesome old bags. These sleeves on this old hemp robe are kind of long for doing stuff like this. But it's nice and warm because it's cold. It's like, why don't you turn the heat up in your house? It's like, I did, but I still feel cold. Here we go. These, by the way, are my pick. That's the reason why I keep them all in one bag. For my favorite adapted lenses. Like, what about, because someone at the end of this is going to be like, what about so-and-so lens that you really love? And it's like, well, these really are my pick. There's more than what's in this bag, but these really are my favorite. And since this is my video review, then yeah. So let's open up ye old bag and take out some lenses. These are some leather cases I made myself for my Voigtlanders. So yeah, let's open up the bag and see what we got here, girlfriend. I love all these little felt cases. You know, this is going to be like a... Remember Mr. Rogers when you were young? He used to have that smooth voice, which I don't really have. And, you know, he's like, it was like visual Valium. You watch him and you fall asleep. Kind of like Bob Ross. Like, let's open up her pretty little bag and take out the lovely little lenses. A little bit crazy, right? Not too crazy. So, in no particular order. I forget how many I had in here. I thought it was 10, wasn't it? 3? Or 6, 7, 8, no, yeah, 9 lenses. That's right. It was 9 lenses. Let's open up the little pouches. Show my favorite pick. This is an exceptionally rare lens. This is the Yashica 5 centimeter, i.e. Basically 50 millimeter f2. Of course, this is the adapter for Fuji X mount. This lens is sharp as piss, and the bokeh is incredible on it. God, this lens is rare. Thank God I found a few of these before they completely vanished. Now that everybody knows about it, everybody asks like $200 for the lens now. So that's a Yashica 5 centimeter f2. Oh yeah. Here's the lens that we put it back in its little pouch, you know, because you don't put the... There we go. Each little lens has a pouch, a place for everything and everything in its place. This is the... oh yeah, this is the 40 millimeter. I thought I actually had that in there. No? I didn't. You're right. This is the 40 millimeter f1.2 with the lens hood attached. This is that new Voigtlander lens, which is really awesome. The 40 millimeter f1.2. It does require a Leica M mount to Fuji X mount adapter. This is the obnoxiously expensive all metal lens hood. Oh my God, that sort of fit and finish. You can't get that out of China. Whew. Oh. Perfection. Silk section sugar. What a tiny lens. Even with the lens hood and the adapter. I need to get a Leica M mounted GFX adapter, which are like $150 on eBay, but I don't have that many Leica M mount lenses. Anyway, this lens is incredible. It's absolutely off the charts. I did a review on it, so I don't think I need to mention it again, do I? So, let's open up our next pouch. Oh yes, this is a lens that everybody really should buy for their Fujifilm. Right now I have a Metabones adapter on it, just because, I don't know why, which is an overpriced adapter. This is the 10.5 millimeter f2.8. This is a fisheye lens for a crop sensor Nikon D500. Now, even though this is an autofocus lens, you don't need autofocus with a lens like this. Like, well, adapted onto a Fujifilm with manual focus. Yeah, but the focus throw between nearest to furthest to infinity is extremely small. So it's like, doesn't matter really where you put it. If you like stick this at infinity and glued it there, as long as it's over 5 feet, it's going to be in focus. You know what I mean? At like f4 and above. This is an f2 point. This lens is incredible. This lens is amazing. If I could actually peel this back, you can see it. It's a fisheye lens. This is the one that I converted. Yeah, I actually cut the lens hood off. You're supposed to blow in a lens, but I do that once in a while. You see this? Oh my God. You see, this is the focus throw look. Furthest to nearest. Furthest, nearest. Ah, sexy. Because now this lens that I clipped the lens hood off and modified it on my GFX. I love sticking this on the GFX, and I made a video about this. It'll give you perfectly circular images. And you got to actually put the camera out, because since it's got 220 millimeter field of view, if you just hold the camera like this, it will catch your feet. Your feet will always be in the shot, so you have to hold the camera out a little bit. This lens is incredible. Sharp. Nikon crucified everybody's ass when it came to fisheye lenses. You're like, I don't like I love fisheye lenses. They're a lot of fun. So this is, and I got 2 of these lenses, so I'll leave the other one with my Nikon cameras, and this one's for Fujifilm. That's the 10.5 millimeter f2.8 Nikon. Let's open up another pouch here. One of those little old Nikon pouches. Oh, I forgot that I didn't have a cap on this one. That's okay. This is the 55 millimeter f1.2 Nikon. You can get these like AIS version, like about $300. Incredible bokeh, incredible portrait lens. Oh my God, this lens is awesome. I got a few copies of this lens. The 55 millimeter f1.2 AIS Nikon. You can get the older version for less money, but just get the AIS version. Here we go. Let me set that over there. This is like a cute fuzzy episode. I'm in a robe. I got a nice fake fireplace going on. Oh, this is one of my favorite adapted lenses of all time. It has a built-in lens hood. Talked about this lens endlessly. This is 105 millimeter f1.8 AIS Nikon. The average used about $450. This lens is the epic tits, adapted to either GFX or X mount, whatever. Oh my God, this lens is incredible. Silk, sex, and sugar, perfection. The 105 millimeter f1.8 AIS Nikon. I think it was at 5 or 6 element count. This lens, micro contrast and bokeh, is amazing. You know, I've got every Fujifilm X mount lens made. And the reason why I have permanent X mount adapters on these lenses is because Fujifilm don't make nothing like this. Okay, even Nikon doesn't make anything like this anymore. Close, but not really. Oh yes, oh yes. Hopefully sometime in the future, Fujifilm will make a perspective control lens. This is the 28 millimeter f3.5 Nikon. Now, even though this is an old lens, you're thinking, oh, you know, how good. This lens back in the day was really expensive, and it is sharp as piss. My God, how sharp is it? How sharp is it? It's really sharp. Perspective control lenses. You see? You flip it around. You want to do a panorama shot? You actually flip it around there. There we go. Flip it around the other way. So, yeah, there's the rear lens that kept coming off. Twist it around the other way with it on the tripod. You could do this non-shifting of the camera. You can do stitch 3 or 5 shots, whatever you want, together, make an incredible panorama. This lens is amazing. This lens is not cheap. Its average is about $450. Now, one of the modern PC Nikons, like the 24, you can't use that. You can, but not really, and I have that lens. Why not? Because the aperture is electronically controlled. That is an expensive modern tilt-shift lens. And the only way it will work, adapted, is wide open at f3.5. That means that you have no aperture control. Adapted with an adapter on any Fujifilm. So even though I have the really awesome, super expensive, I have no control over the aperture, but this I do. And that's why this lens, by the way, works with very little vignetting on the GFX. Until you start to shift it too far one way or the other. Then it obviously does, because it's a full frame lens. Oh, here we go. Yep, here we go. The 35 millimeter f0.95 Nikon. This one doesn't need an adapter. It's a native Fuji X mount lens, made by Zhong Yi. This lens is incredible. The bokeh is incredible. This lens was just recently on sale for like $200 or $250 off. Love this lens, the 35 millimeter f0.95 Fujifilm. Obviously, all these are manual focus, as adapted to Fujifilm. The last 2 lenses, which are my so favorite beloved, that I made a leather case for them. Handmade it myself. Isn't that nice? Oh, look at that. Nothing smells better than dead cow. You could smell the suffering. You can smell the suffering. That's funny, but it's true. Here we go. This is it. This is the lens that I've had a bazillion people buy. It's the 58mm f1.4 Nocturne Voigtlander. This is a new version. That's a two-tone. How many lenses of this do I have? I've got 4 copies of this lens. I got 3 of the older copy. One's rubber, one's the older metal one. Yeah, 4 copies of this lens. Ridiculously stupid. This is a lens that will far outlive anybody in their lifetime. The 58mm 1.4. I've had bazillions, not bazillion, but many, many thousands of people buy this lens. Oh my God, what a lens. The bokeh, the micro contrast. This is what we call world-class optics. This is perfection. Even Leica doesn't make a lens this good at 58mm. Does not. So, I mean, those Leica lenses that are, you know, $10,000, $15,000. Still, you don't get the quality that you do out of this. Here we go. This is the last lens that I reviewed. It was so awesome. I hated reviewing it because I'm basically pretty broke because of property taxes and whatnot, but this lens is so incredible. Best 50mm, I did declare this when I reviewed it, the best 50mm lens I've ever used, ever. Oh my God, it's the new Voigtlander 50mm f1.2 with the Leica M mount and the super fancy Voigtlander hood. Oh my God, this lens is amazing. This lens is like a 98 out of 100. It comes, this is easily top 6 lenses I've ever used or owned in my life. And I really, that's tough to say because I'm not really a big fan of 50mm. 55 and 58 are usually always better, and they typically are, optically, in the bokeh, how they render. Love 55s and 58s. I'm not a big fan of 50. This lens is amazing. Whew. Crotch melting perfection, silk section sugar. Oh my God, shut the hell up and buy it. It is expensive though. It's $1,050, and then the adapter is another $20. Not that, you know. Yeah, but compared to a Leica Summicron, you know, there's quite a few Leica Summicrons. I forget which model, the newer one. $6,000. That lens sucks. I don't like the image output on it. There have been more than a few people report that the apertures folded on themselves. I would be so pissed about a $6,000 lens with the aperture folded on itself. And Leica's customer service is infamously horrible. So you're not going to buy a crappy lens, costs as much as a good used car. That's ridiculous. You know? I'd be the first to admit there's some awesome Leica glass, but no, they're not worth that. They're just not. Voigtlander has far better build quality. Per 1,000 units, the build quality on Voigtlander lenses is far superior to that of Leica. I thought there was 10 of these, but I guess I was wrong. There are 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know why I was thinking 10. But anyway, that's my selection. I keep that in my special briefcase. Not a briefcase, it's a Gladstone bag. It's my favorite X-series lenses to adapt to the Fuji film system. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you like these videos, and peace out, Girl Scout. Bye. Do 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 do.